Aloha, YouTube investors. How is everybody doing today? My name is David Yansen. Welcome to my channel. Today is April 15th. It is Thursday, 2021. And I've got some more exciting news to share with you guys, at least something that I'm excited about. But if you've been following my channel since I started posting my investment journey on YouTube, then you've watched things grown, and my Roth IRA has grown again from the video that I released, what was it, yesterday or the day before. I think I've done 2 videos already this week. This one we're actually going to be looking at Pepsi as they announce their earnings for this quarter, and we're going to see a lot of good things, a lot of cool things that happened with Pepsi over this last quarter and their year-over-year numbers. But first I wanted to share with you this really good news. 35% return for my Roth IRA now. That is up from the video that I did yesterday or the day before. My earned dividends is still the same. My market gain without my dividends is $13.17 and 94 cents, and so my total market gain is over $1,500. So doing really good with the Roth IRA. I'm just going to show you my other 2 brokerages really quick here, but remember, this isn't investment advice in any of my videos. I'm not a financial advisor, an accountant, or an economist, so please do your own research because everybody's investment strategy is a little bit differently. So if we go over here to Fidelity, which is my dividend growth portfolio, my Roth IRA is a little bit more solid. If you've seen my previous videos, I'll put 2 links up, 2 cards that'll pop up here in the corner around the 2-minute mark, one, and then probably 2 minutes and 30 seconds later, the next one of the 2 videos that I did recently. But for my Fidelity account here, which is more my dividend growth portfolio, you can see that I've got really good numbers here too, over $9,200 invested right now. I did add some shares of Pepsi this morning, and so my total return with Fidelity here is over 15.5% at 15.76%. That's over $1,100, almost $1,200 in total gains just from this dividend growth portfolio. So like I mentioned in my other video about buying the dips, you don't have to invest in these high-flying tech companies, new startups, GameStop, AMC. You don't have to go into all those types of companies in order to get really, really good gains, especially when the stock market is doing what it's doing. So, and right now it's hitting on all cylinders, like the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500. Almost all 3 of them are hitting record time highs as of right now. So you can see all green for my holdings as far as total gains and losses here in my Fidelity account. Really quickly, let's go ahead and look at Robinhood. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Mahalo, thank you to everybody who has subscribed already. And there is a thumbs up button to like this video and other videos. Mahalo, thank you to everybody who has liked my videos. And like I always say, feel free to share with your family and friends as well too. So $4,200 is what we're sitting at here. Over $4,200 is what we're sitting at here with my Robinhood portfolio. Up 31%, a little over $1,000. It's still in Robinhood still tracks the after hours trading, so that's why the numbers are moving a little bit here right now. So Robinhood being my growth portfolio, I really just buy the dips here. Not too many companies. I thought about maybe adding to Starbucks and adding to Stag Industrial. I still might do so, but I got them at such low prices last year in 2020 when the stock market crashed that I really do not want to kind of mess with that. So looking at all of my portfolios, those 3 that I just mentioned, and then I do have some free stocks and a small Roth IRA with Webull. So I got 1 free stock. Actually, I got 2 free stocks when I signed up with Webull. There are links in the description for you as well too. If you'd like to do that, use those links to get free stocks with Webull or Doe Finance or any of the other links that are there in the description. Thank you. Mahalo to everybody who has used my links to sign up and start their investment journey. I wish the best to all of you. So including the brokerages that I signed up for just for the free stocks and the 3 that I just showed you, now I am looking at a portfolio value of $23,144, and my total gains is now hit a record as well too, over $3,300 in total gains. Of course, my annual income sits as it is because I haven't entered any of the information from adding to Kimberly-Clark or Pepsi into this yet. So these numbers might be a little bit more, but I will do a more entailed video of this trackyourdividend.com website at the end of April. It'll probably be on March 1st, which will be a Saturday. Not March, May 1st. It'll be May 1st, which is on a Saturday, is when I'll do more walkthrough of trackyourdividends.com here. But let's go ahead and look at Pepsi. Once again, Pepsi had great numbers for this quarter, and the company just continues to grow. That's why I didn't really mind adding to them, even though it did make my cost per share jump up just a little bit. Let me show that to you here in my Fidelity account. Scroll down here to Pepsi. You can see, let's zoom out first here. Click on this. And you can see that their earnings did beat. It was reported before the market actually opened this morning, which would have been before 3:30 in the morning Hawaii Standard Time. So now it is almost 11 a.m. here. So that's why I don't really pay attention to this stuff until I wake up. And that's every now and then, for some random reason, I will wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I will look at the app really quick, or the news or something like that really quick, but then I usually just go right back to bed. So, but right now with Pepsi, ticker symbol is PEP. I have now a total of 5 shares, just a little over 5 shares. My average share price is $136 and some change, and the stock is trading at $142.31. So that's about what a few cents more is what I got the 2 shares at today, and so I am up $29, and I'm up 4% total with Pepsi as of right now. My gains would have been a little bit more if I hadn't added those 2 shares, but they are a dividend aristocrat. They are a solid company. My personal opinion, and it is just my personal opinion, I don't know why anybody would not want to invest in Pepsi. They are a very well diversified company, not just drinks, not just the sodas, but they also have the snack side of it too, Frito-Lay. They also have the oatmeal side with Quaker Foods, and we're going to look at all those numbers here right now. So this is quarter 1, 2021. April 15th of 2021 is when Pepsi reported this. And I'm using Alpha Street, this infograph that they put on their website. They don't do it for all the companies. I think they kind of just do it for the main ones that people like to see. They probably have a template set up, and then they just change these numbers out from time to time. But anyway, the numbers are really good. Revenue grew 7% to over $14.8 billion from the previous year, which would have been quarter 1 of 2020, which is outstanding. And you can see these other numbers here. Net income up 28%, as well as the earnings per share up 13 and almost 30% for the GAAP earnings per share. They did beat all analyst numbers, and I believe their numbers grew. I read on Seeking Alpha, they beat by over $600 million in a couple areas, or I think it's this total revenue they beat by $680 million. I don't remember off the top of my head now. I was going to say that officially, but then I thought I don't want this video to get really long. So really quickly here, let's look and see how they did by percentage of change and all their different segments here. So we've got Frito-Lay North America, Quaker Foods North America, and Pepsi Beverages North America all grew as well. 4%, 2%, and 5% for those 3 areas of North America. Latin America and Europe were the only 2 areas that saw a decline, and Latin America dropped 5% and Europe dropped 2%. Maybe money isn't as, I don't know what the stimulus programs for Latin America would have been. I know Europe, depending on the country, did some stimulus programs to help people out, but Pepsi is in this consumer defensive sector. So like I said, they usually sell things that people actually want to buy, but if you're in a country where, you're like, okay, get a bag of rice, get a bag of potatoes, get some beans, maybe we have chicken, maybe we don't today, then snacks isn't going to be your priority, and Pepsi or Mountain Dew isn't going to be your priority as well too. But Africa, Middle East, and South Asia grew 40%, and then Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand, and the China region grew 70%. That actually beat all the other areas as far as growth is concerned. Operating profit, North America, Frito-Lay, Quaker Foods North America, and Pepsi Beverages North America. Well, actually, Quaker Foods North America was just flat at $150 million, where $366 million, 23% growth for Pepsi Beverages in North America. And Frito-Lay North America, $1.2 billion, grew 3%. Latin America, like we mentioned, was down. Same thing with Europe. And then Africa, Middle East, and South Asia grew $138 million, up 4%. And then $208 million is profit. These are the numbers that we're talking about. It was the profit. Previous was the numbers of revenue mix percentage-wise. I'm sorry, just percentage change, not revenue mix. My eyes just jumped over at this little graph right here that said revenue mix. But percentage change is what we talked about previously. This is operating profit by these different regions for them. And Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand, and China grew up 47%. So as far as the fiscal year for 2020, the CEO is saying that basically everything is going to stay the same. They said that they are not going to do any more any more share buyback for the remaining of 2021. They completed that with this quarter. So I forget what the numbers were. I was looking. Here's their balance sheet right here. They do have some long-term debt obligations, which actually did drop from $79 billion to $77 billion. Whoa, that's way too much zoom. Right there, so those are their obligations, and I'm probably not going to be able to find cash and cash equivalents. Actually dropped a little bit for the period, or dropped a little bit more than a little bit, but beginning of the year it actually grew. Okay, well, let's just move on. Sorry about that. But anyway, they did say that they weren't going to do any more share buybacks for 2021, so the majority of the money of this $5.9 billion, almost $6 billion, they plan on paying to shareholders in dividends. So for every share or even fractional share that you own of Pepsi, you will get a portion of this $5.9 billion depending on how many shares. But that's the total number that they plan on giving to all their shareholders. So operating profit did grow 20%, over $2 billion. Organic revenue grew almost 2.5%. And as far as organic volume change, food snacks was down just 1%. So 6.8%, almost 7% year-over-year revenue increase. Like I mentioned, organic growth grew almost 2.5% for Pepsi. So once again, really, really good numbers for them. My personal opinion, I am probably, if it stays in the 142, 140 range, I might add another share or two to this company. I was actually thinking that the company might pull back a little bit after they announced their earnings. That has happened in the past, but there is still a lot of stimulus money out there, still a lot of people that are looking to invest in the stock market, and I would encourage you to do the same thing. If you haven't started, start now. You could probably start by just dollar cost averaging. I thought about doing a video on just dollar cost averaging there. But that is Pepsi for you. My question for you guys is do you own Pepsi, and at what price would you buy them or add to them? And how many shares do you have? Well, I guess you don't have to tell me how many shares you have. But my question is, do you own Pepsi? And if not, do you plan on buying Pepsi? Please leave a comment there. Also, like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope everybody stays safe and healthy. Mahalo and aloha.